What if I told you the greatest pirate in history, Gol D, Roger, chose not to save the world, even when he had the power and the truth to do it? Most fans believe he simply ran out of time, but the reality is far more chilling. The downfall of the current world order was never about strength or willpower. It was about timing, prophecy, and a war that Roger wasn't allowed to fight. And the real reason? It's hidden in plain sight, buried in Oda's layered foreshadowing, and the one thing Roger feared more than death itself. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking revelations in One Piece history, why Gol D Roger, after discovering the true nature of the world, walked away from the final battle. With the Final Saga unfolding and the tension at an all-time high, fans are starting to realize that Roger's journey wasn't just about adventure, it was part of a much larger, ancient plan. From the Void Century's echoes to the emergence of two destined sovereigns, this story has been carefully orchestrated across generations. So buckle up, because we're uncovering why Roger knew his era was not the one to bring down Imu, and why that burden now falls to Luffy. The Roger Pirates found out the truth of the world. The Roger Pirates were an exceptionally formidable crew, led by Gol D Roger. They fought together against many fierce pirates and marines before making their way to the world's final island, Laugh Tale, where the One Piece was located. Roger claimed the One Piece, and more importantly, discovered the true history of the world. Roger discovered the significance of ancient weapons, as well as the underlying meanings of the letter D. Despite this, Roger eventually disbanded the crew. The Roger Pirates each went their own way. Roger turned himself in to the government, ushering in the Great Age of Pirates, which began when Roger was executed 24 years ago. Since then, the world of One Piece has changed irrevocably. Pirates have invaded the sea, and One Piece is the world's most sought-after treasure. Roger accomplished all of this on purpose, and it all revolves on Joy Boy and Nika. Roger was too early to fight and take down Imu. Roger was not the next Nika. Fans frequently ask why Roger didn't confront Imu or defy the world government. After all, he understood the complete truth about the world, including the impending sinking of the world. However, he did nothing. This remark contains some truth, but much of it is mistaken by fans. Roger didn't do anything because he felt he wasn't the person to challenge Imu. Roger was, regrettably, too early, as he admitted. In order to defeat the celestial dragons, the world's two sovereigns must be born. Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess, had not yet been born when Roger was still living. Neptune didn't know who he'd marry. Without Poseidon, the war against Imu could not be won. This is also why Roger was unable to become Joy Boy. Roger is similar to Luffy, although the Gomu Gomu no Mi has not seen him or anybody else for centuries. The explanation is related to the prophecy, which states that the two sovereigns must live in the same era since they would bring in a new age. Roger's illness forced him to die. Furthermore, Roger was already dying, so becoming Nika would have been a waste because he would have died anyway. Roger was too early, which is regrettable because he would almost certainly have opposed Imu by gathering allies and joining with Poseidon. Roger never ran away from a conflict, which is why he wished he had been born in the same age as Joy Boy, both past and present. Summary and highlights. Roger discovered One Piece and the real history of the world 25 years ago. Roger chose not to fight Imu because he was dying too soon. To challenge Imu, both sovereigns had to be alive, which Roger knew. The stage is finally set. What Roger discovered decades ago is now coming to light in real time, and the Final Saga will determine whether the world is reborn or destroyed. Every choice Roger made was a piece of the puzzle, leading us to the moment we're witnessing now. So, what do you think? Was Roger wise to wait, or did he abandon his responsibility? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into One Piece's grand narrative, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly analysis, and tap the bell so you don't miss a single twist in the Final Saga. Until next time, stay curious, Nakama. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Review YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, question, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts on the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again, see you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments, the group is in a winter scene, and the next, they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gol D is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show, because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gol D collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.